Hi, welcome back to, this is part 13 of Losing the Boomer Blues. And I'll continue going on from where we left off yesterday. Joe and Mary spent an hour strolling the beach, and after that they continued on to Mendocino. As Joe drove along the long, winding road, he took it slow to prevent Mary from getting carsick. They shared great memories of old friends who were no longer in their lives, and they had interesting stories to tell about everyone they once knew who had kept in touch with them down through the years. When they made it to Mendocino, they realized how hungry they were and how late it had become. It was just a little overcast, so Mary no longer needed to wear her sunglasses and put them in her purse. Joe took her to a little restaurant he and Patty used to frequent. It wasn't surprising that Mary and George had also fancied the Café Beaujolais. They were starving at this point. Everything looked good on the menu, but the lamb shank with macaroon polenta was the special of the day, so they ordered it. They sat looking out at the ocean, relaxing and enjoying a delicious early dinner. Joe, beat from the long day of driving, suggested to Mary that they find a place to stay for the night. Surprised, Mary looked at him and said, "I wasn't expecting that, Joe. I didn't bring anything for an overnight stay, and I'm not comfortable spending the night with you." "I apologize, Mary. I hear you. I didn't expect us to share a room." "I'm sorry. I guess I misunderstood. However, just the same, I'm not prepared to spend the night. Why don't I drive for a while and give you a break?" "No, that's not necessary. Let me grab some coffee. I should be fine to drive with some caffeine in me." "Are you sure?" "Yeah, I'll be fine. When we get back to your place, I'll rest before I continue on to Santa Cruz." The traffic wasn't too bad. They were able to make it back by 10 o'clock. They hit a little congestion, but time flew as they continued sharing memories of their past. It was a long day, but a wonderful trip where they were able to catch up and make new happy memories of a place both hold dear. Pulling into Mary's driveway, Joe said, "Let's plan on meeting in Santa Cruz next time, Mary. We can visit the Boardwalk and have lunch there. Are you up for that?" Mary answered delightedly, "I would totally love it. Let me walk you to your door. There's no need for me to come in. I feel okay to continue on to Santa Cruz. I really enjoyed myself today. I hope you did too, Mary." "I did, Joe." The two embraced, and as Mary looked up into Joe's blue eyes, she knew she had found a great friend. Joe couldn't resist the urge to kiss her. He bent down and gave her a quick kiss. That made the two give each other goofy grins. Still grinning, Mary asked Joe to phone her when he got home to let her know that he made it safely. As she closed the door, she wondered if he felt like she did, a young high schooler coming home from a first date. Mary found it was refreshing to share her sunglasses with a friend who valued her quest to revisit the past. She knew that Joe had entered into her life for a reason. New beginnings were definitely on the horizon. She felt George was urging her to move on with her life. She was sure he wanted her to find happiness. He was never going to disappear from her heart. But she needed to make room for someone else. Her lips were still warm from Joe's quick kiss. She reveled in this sensation of joy. She was feeling whole and not alone. She was without a doubt losing the Boomer Blues. Chapter 5. Bob and Jane celebrate their 45th wedding anniversary. Jane was at the kitchen table, savoring her morning coffee, when the phone rang. Sitting her cup down, she hurried into the living room to answer it. Mary was phoning to wish her and Bob a happy anniversary. Thanking her, Jane responded, "Can you believe it? Bob and I have been married 45 years today. Remember how you kept me calm on my wedding day and convinced me that everything would work out fine? I'll never forget. You were so worried about going over budget. just like a true friend. You hosted the ceremony and reception in your garden. On my wedding day, we woke up early, before dawn, and had everything set up and prepared by mid-morning. When the caterers arrived, you handled it like a pro while I got ready for one of the most important days of my life. As both women reminisced, they agreed it had been a truly lovely wedding. Mary proceeded to inform Jane that she had run into Joe Peterson at Joni's. Jane found the news interesting as she recalled how Joe had a huge crush on Mary. Jane eagerly asked, "How did it go? I wonder if he still has feelings for you." Mary replied, "As we talked at Joni's, we did connect, and he asked me out. We drove up the coast a few days ago and had a great time." "That's fantastic." "I want to get up the nerve to ask him to our reunion." "You will. There's still plenty of time." Taking the focus off herself, Mary steered the conversation back to Jane. She asked, "Where's Bob taking you for your anniversary?" "I don't know. He wants to surprise me." "You'd better let me know all about it." "Oh, you know I will." Mary said, "Well, enjoy yourself and let Bob know I'm happy he's surprising you today." Jane hung up the phone as Bob walked up and wrapped his arms around her. Kissing her, he presented her with a pink orchid. He pinned it on her jacket and said with affection, "Happy anniversary, babe." "Back at you, honey." "That was so thoughtful of you. Brings back memories of our senior prom." Bob smiled and asked, "Are you ready for your surprise?" "Yep, I'm so excited." "You're going to enjoy this." They walked down the stairs to the garage and got into the car. As they seated themselves, Bob entered the destination into the GPS. Jane asked, "How long will we be on the road?" "Not too long. We should be there in about an hour." As they began driving along the great highway, Jane noticed the traffic slowing down and said, "Traffic has really increased around here." Taking his foot off the brake, he replied, "I agree. Traffic's getting heavier year after year." Changing the subject, Jane put her sunglasses on and jovially said, "On a lighter note, Mary found a pair of old hippie shades at yesteryears. She's been wearing them and drifting back in time whenever she puts them on. Do you still have your old sunglasses?" "Not sure if I do. I have no idea where they are." Fondly she went on, Fondly he went on, excuse me, "I like those old rimless glasses. So John Denver looking. Anyway, why are you asking?" "Just reminiscing," replied Jane. She changed the subject abruptly when Bob turned onto Highway 92. "Are we headed for Half Moon Bay?" she asked. "Not going to spoil your surprise. You'll know soon enough." "Oh, by the way, Mary wished us both a happy anniversary. She thinks it's nice that you're going to surprise me today." "So do I." Glancing down at her wedding ring sparkling in the sunlight, she said, "Looking back, we were married on Sunday, May 28th, 1972, and today's Sunday, May 28th, 2017. And he added, "The twins were born on May 28th, 1978, also a Sunday." "You remembered. I never thought you'd get that right." "How could I forget?" Jane smiled and said, "Let's call them tonight and wish them a happy birthday." "Who knows? They just might remember our wedding anniversary and call us first." "That would be nice." They were nearing Half Moon Bay. Jane silently wondered if something was up, because their daughter, Catherine, lived in Half Moon Bay. Soon they pulled into the parking lot at Moss Beach Distillery. Jane was thrilled because the distillery was one of her favorite restaurants. "We're going to stop here and continue on tomorrow. Thanks for joining me tonight. Ciao."